Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, so do you have your worksheet from last lesson?
Worksheet. I thought we are going to use the worksheet regarding the finance or
I'm just saying, do you have the old one so I can see what you wrote?
oh, you mean the advertisement one?
Yeah.
I haven't printed yet. I don't have it.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to give you a new worksheet then. We'll wait until you finish that one. So today I want to go over some idiomatic stuff. So first we'll go over idioms for food. And then we'll go over different phrasal verbs for business. Okay,
Cool.
all right. And yeah, just when you get a chance to finish the advertising worksheet, I just want to see what you wrote.
Oh, okay. Shall I do it on the Google Doc?
Do it whenever you have time. I know you're busy. So when you finish it, just let me know. So
Okay, no problem.
okay, no rush there. Okay,
Okay.
so for this one, I want to go through the different idioms and vocabulary. These are commonly used for eating. Okay, obviously some of them are really easy, like tasty, but I think some of them are not so easy, like to go Dutch or
Okay.
that sort of thing. And then we'll just go over using them in conversation.
All right. So I have to read everything out. Is it?
We'll just go over the parts that you don't know. So which of these don't you know?
Uh,
Let's start here. Do you know to grab a bite to eat?
grab a bite to eat.
It's pretty
Is it
easy, right?
something like take a bite?
It just means to go out to eat.
Oh, I've never heard of this.
Okay. So the I means it's idiomatic.
Okay.
All right. So example would be, do you want to grab a bite to eat before we see the movie? It's like a light-hearted way to ask someone if they want to eat food.
Okay. To grab a bite and eat.
Yeah, to grab a bite to eat.
Oh.
It's a verb phrase.
Could you send me a copy for this?
Sure, let me send that to you now. All right, next one. It's on someone. I don't think you've heard this one, right?
No.
So what does it mean?
I guess okay. Paying for a meal or movie for someone else. Don't worry about paying for dinner. It's on me. That means I will pay
Right,
for it.
right. You can also say it's my treat,
It's my treat. Okay.
right? Like,
It
don't worry. Oh, how much was dinner? Don't worry, my treat. You could say it's my treat or simply my treat.
okay, don't worry. My treat. Something
Right.
like that. Okay.
Okay. And this next one is similar to it's my treat.
It's my treat. Oh, okay.
To treat someone.
To treat someone. Like let me
Right.
treat you. Is it?
Right. I'll treat you. You don't need any, don't need to bring any money with you tonight. I'll treat you.
Okay. Understood.
Okay. And this next one, to go Dutch.
To go Dutch means to split the cost of a meal, just particularly for meal or
Meal. Usually for meals.
oh, okay. But if let's say I don't want to use idiom, then I can just say let's split the bill today or this time. Let's split the bill this time.
You would say separate checks.
Or let's
Separate the checks.
let
Like
us
the way,
separate
also,
check.
when you talk to the waiter, you're not gonna say, oh, we're going to Dutch. When the waiter or server comes, you would say, oh, separate checks, please. That means each person gets a check.
Oh, I see.
It's pretty easy to do in America, but I found that it's harder to do in Thailand because the servers have trouble with separate. I don't know why they have trouble with that. But they have
Oh,
trouble. They think it's annoying here. I don't know why.
oh, in Thailand. So
Yeah,
one
if you want to split the bill in Thailand, you're best off to have one person pay and then everyone else can give them money.
oh, that's mean that one person pays the bill
Right.
and
Is
then
that true in Malaysia also?
yeah, it's true. But sometimes we will, I mean the Chinese will always want to pay the bill as a as wait a minute, to show manners. How do I
Right.
say that? Like
That's
we will
fine.
always like treat the guests, or sometimes if we meet our prospect, we will also treat them meals so that we hope for a better chance. We hope to have a better chance to deal a business, to close a
Okay.
deal,
But
something.
if you do decide to split the bill, do most restaurants, are they okay with that? Or do they prefer that you pay for it in one
They can
payment? And
they can split the
okay,
bill.
okay.
Like just now, I was struggling with telling uh why Chinese would rather just pay lump sum for the meal. How do I better improvise my speech there?
I would say in Chinese culture, it's common for the host to pay the bill as a sign of respect.
Okay, it's common for
The
the
host,
host to treat the guests, is it?
sure. I would
And
just say pay the bill. I would be very literal
oh, pay the bill.
as a sign of respect.
Oh, okay, as a sign of respect. We don't say manners, right?
You
That
could say, or as a sign of good manners. I would use good manners before though. You could say, in Chinese culture, it's good manners for the host to pay the bills
oh,
or
it's
to pay
good.
the bill singular,
Oh,
one
it's
bill.
good manners for the host to treat the meal, or treat the guest. Is it?
Yeah, sure, that
Okay.
works. And you could add that it's also true when uh it's also true for a businessman to treat potential clients when they eat.
If
Rather than saying perspectives, I would just say, or prospects, I would say it's also common for a businessman to treat potential clients
potential
to
client.
meals. Yeah. Perspectives, it's too vague, I would say. Perspective what? It leaves an open question. What are they? Are they prospective students? Are they prospective clients? You know,
Oh, okay. So you would rather use potential instead of prospective.
yeah, but that's more of a, if you clarify what they are, if you say prospective employees, prospective whatever, then
How
I
about
don't see a
prospect?
problem.
Use prospect. We treat our prospect.
No, I wouldn't use that.
prospect is a bigger term as compared to potential client, right?
I don't know what you mean by bigger, but it's just more, oh, you mean like broad?
Hmm?
You mean like broad in the meaning?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very specific, and it's just not commonly used in like standard spoken English. A prospect has certain, it's associated with like joining clubs more so than business transactions.
So how
Like
about if
people who want to join a fraternity or a sorority are called prospects. People who want to join a club are called prospects. People who want to join a gang are prospects, but it's not often used in business or in education.
so how about like sometimes we can see that, do you know what is MLM?
MLN? No.
Yeah, it's like a hierarchy, like you have uplines, so they need to recruit a lot of members.
Oh, MLM. Yeah, I know what MLM, mid-level marketing or something like that. Yeah, multi-level marketing, sorry.
Multi-level marketing,
Yeah, like Herbalife.
Herbalife and Amway.
Yeah, these ones. Yeah, they're popular here. As you can see, they have a Thai website.
Mm-mm. So
Yeah.
they are going to meet their prospect, right? If let's say they want to like recruit members, something like that. So these members who have not joined the MLM will be considered as prospective client or potential client or prospect.
I'm sure they have some special word for them. I don't know. Is it something that you need to know, or I can check
Uh,
that for you? I'm sure
no.
Herbalife has their own name for them because it's sort of a cult type thing.
Do you do you think it's okay to join it, or you don't really recommend
I
it?
would not recommend that.
Okay.
It relies on constantly, the only way for those MLM schemes to be successful is if they can continuously recruit new members. So they recruit the new members. I would call them recruits. I would call them recruits. So they recruit new members, and then they use the money from those new members to pay the older members. And then the new members, they need to recruit people so that they can get paid. And then it continues like that. And
But they
then
do sell.
often they sell products, but the market for those products can be limited. So often they're using like friends, family as clients rather than actually recruiting real clients.
So they are like
Plus, people are annoyed by MLM salesmen.
yeah.
There's a lot of them. There's one called Cutco. It's for knives. There's Herbalife, Amway. Super common. Just look up.
Have you heard of like Atomy? That
No.
company is from Korea, and it
So here, distributors are paid a percentage of their recruits, right? Like I said, they're called recruits.
or recruits
Sales. New recruits become the distributors network or downline and are in turn encouraged to make sales to earn money. Okay. If you look on here, you're going to see many MLM schemes are legal, but there are illegal operations that are run as pyramid schemes. A pyramid scheme is where the people at the top make a lot of money, but as you go further down the pyramid, the people at the bottom are making less and less money. And as soon as the pyramid scheme stops recruiting, as soon as people catch on, then it collapses.
Because I joined one, but not Herbalife or whatever, but I joined the MLM that that focuses on online education. Like they sell the portals, the online portals for students to log in, and then
Okay,
you can get materials from that.
if
So
it's profitable for you, then go for it. Just
it's
be
hard to sell because
just be
it's very
cautious.
competitive. But luckily, I sold all of them and then I
Nice.
stopped.
Okay, yeah, I think that that's the best way to do it. Just make sure that you can move your product, but yeah, it's risky because
Risky.
unlike other jobs, you're totally reliant on how much you sell. You know, most jobs have some sort of security, but an MLM doesn't. It's often you have to pay them money first,
Yeah, correct. I need to pay
right?
upfront.
Yeah, so
Pay up.
anyway,
Can I say pay money or just pay?
pay upfront is fine.
Okay.
That's correct. Okay, so we covered to go Dutch. Now we're gonna do to cover someone's half. So that just means to pay for someone.
Oh, okay. I still owe you $20, so I'll cover your half and we'll be even.
Right. So it means that that person is saying that maybe the meal is $40, but they already owe that person $20. So in order to pay back the $20 that's owed, they're gonna pay for half of the $40 meal.
Oh, okay. So like let's say
Or
it's
they'll pay for all of it, excuse me, but the half that is the other that belongs to the other person will go to cover their debt.
oh, okay. I see.
All right. You had a question?
No,
You're about to say something. Okay. Next
just
one.
maybe
What about this one?
whatever one's heart desires.
Right.
His parents are so rich that he can have whatever his heart desires. Oh, okay.
So I think that one is self-explanatory. Pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So just whatever you want.
Mhm.
To be starving or famished. Have you heard this one before?
I'm starving. Starving means like extremely hungry.
Right.
Really
Yeah.
hungry.
So the difference is what here?
Famished.
Is it
Uh,
being used literally or figuratively? You remember we talked about literally and figuratively?
I guess this is figurative.
Right.
Figuratively.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
So because the person isn't literally starving, right?
Mm,
So they're not literally starving, right? They're just hungry.
oh, okay. So they are making it more exaggerated, is it?
Right, yeah. I'm so starving. Can we eat?
Oh,
Right?
okay. I'm
Or
starving.
you could say it in a less annoying way. You could be like, hey, do you want to eat something? Do you want to stop at Burger King and eat? Sure, I'm starving. Okay, so
Okay.
here's an interesting one.
To eat the horse.
Hmm.
I haven't had time to eat yet. I'm so hungry. I could eat the horse.
Right.
So hungry that you can.
Me-
Oh, do I
I
need to
mean,
put that? I'm so hungry that I could.
no, it's optional here.
Oh, okay. All right.
So you don't need that transitional word there, that. So if you want to put that, you could. But you could also just say, I could eat a horse. Okay,
Okay. Let's
right. This one is an old
to pig.
expression because to eat a horse would be pretty unusual,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
right? Because the horse's value is not in its meat. The horse's value is in its ability, like its strength. It used to be, you know, the equivalent of having a horse today would be having a car. So eating your horse would be something you would only do if you had nothing else, right? Something
Mhm.
that people who are literally starving would do. Okay, but now it just has an idiomatic meaning to be very hungry. Okay, to pig out. This one's pretty easy.
To eat too much. If you keep pigging out all the time, you are going to get really fat.
Right.
How about binging? Binging.
Binge eating. Yeah, binging.
Binge eating.
Yeah. Binge eating is considered
A
an
bad
eating
habit
disorder.
and eating disorder.
Yeah. Like, or you could say he binged potato chips all night.
Oh, he
Stressed,
binged in the food.
stressed about his exam. He binged on potato chips all evening.
Binged on the food.
Potato chips, yeah, right. On whatever food. But binge eating
I
is,
say she binged on desserts after a breakup.
yeah, it's
Okay.
inappropriate. But there, so you can use it there where it's more of a normal thing. But in a medical sense, you have binge eaters are
Binge
people with, those are people with eating disorders. They usually have a thing called binge and purge. So binge is when they eat a lot of food, then they feel bad about it, so they make themselves vomit, either by taking drugs or by putting their hands down their mouth, which
Oh, that one is
uh
like binge eater.
that's, yeah, that's bulimia. Bulimia is a disorder where people eat a lot of food and then make themselves throw up.
I
It
thought
keeps them
bulimia is
thin.
like for fat people, and then nervosa is for very thin
Huh?
people. Like we have like bulimia and nervosa.
Anorexia.
Yeah.
No, anorexia is just purposely starving yourself without the overeating part. Anorexics won't eat a lot. They'll always be on an extreme diet. Bulimics are eating a lot and then making, as soon as they finish their meal, they
Mhm.
throw it back up. So their
But wouldn't
body,
it hurt their throat because
yeah, it
everything
causes
is
a lot
like
of
acidic?
problems. Yeah, I knew someone that was bulimic and her teeth got destroyed by it because of the acid from the stomach. If you
Oh,
do it enough, it's going to destroy your throat, and it hurts the lining in your throat, like it takes away some of the mucous membrane there, and then it also damages your teeth. It starts to erode the enamel, enamel, which
it's
is
mean the
the
layer
hard, yeah,
that protects the outer layer.
right. So the teeth will eventually get very thin
Like when
because your stomach is highly acidic.
we drink carbonated drink, it will erode also.
Not at the same rate. It's not the carbonation, it's the acid in the drinks.
Oh,
Like most carbonated drinks use citric acid to make the flavor stronger, right? If you look at, let's look at the ingredients of Pepsi.
okay.
So it actually has a pH here, acid, phosphoric acid. So carbonated water, sugar, color, acid, and flavorings.
Mm. Including caffeine. So that means if we drink Pepsi, we cannot sleep.
You would have to drink a lot of it depending on your caffeine tolerance. It only has a little bit of caffeine compared to coffee or Red Bull.
Where is
But if you look at the pH of Pepsi, okay, so Pepsi has a pH of 2.53. Okay.
Pretty
Remember that
similar.
Pepsi, or the pH scale, is from 1 to 14, where 1 is the most acidic and 14 is the most basic. 7 is drinking water. 7 is neutral.
Okay. But I thought 2.53 is also considered like very low.
Yeah, it is very low. That's why I'm saying it, that's why it's damaging to your teeth, because you're basically drinking a very dilute acid.
Dilute acid. Oh,
Right. It's not a lot of acid because of the water in there, but it's enough to cause problems long term.
okay.
Right. So here you go. And if you're curious why it doesn't help you. So if Pepsi has a pH of 2.53, then why is it not so harmful? The answer is because the pH of stomach acid is 1.5 to 3.5. But it is hard on your teeth. Okay. The calories of a daily soda add to about a pound a month. And you might want to rinse your mouth with water soon after your soda. I do that.
What about
try to do
baking
that.
soda? They say that
Baking soda is actually not an acid, it's a base.
it's a base and it's very
So
basic.
it cancels out acid.
Oh, okay. So because some people they are like brushing the baking soda on, like they mix the baking soda together with the charcoal powder and then they blend it together. After that,
Right.
they just like brush it on their teeth so that they get the whitening effect on their teeth.
Yeah,
Is
right.
that
That makes sense.
harmful? Is that harmful? Because basic substances can also like
Erode.
erode our teeth.
I'm not sure if it's harmful or not. You'd probably want to ask a dentist. But baking soda is useful if you have an acid spill. Like I spilled acid once when I was in college. I was mixing something and I spilled acid. So I used the baking soda to neutralize the acid. Because if you try to clean it up with water, it'll just burn. The water will just fizz and bubble with a strong acid. So you need to use baking soda first. That neutralizes the acid. It brings the pH back to 7. And then once the pH is neutralized, you can just wipe it up with a towel.
With the towel?
Yeah. Otherwise, the acid will just keep melting through whatever it is. Like I spilled it on some carpet and it just kept melting through my carpet. If you get it on your skin, it'll just melt through your skin. It's pretty dangerous.
Melt through my skin. Oh, okay.
Right. That's a strong, that's not dilute acid like the one in soda. It's
Is
just
it
pure
something like a
acid.
stock solution? A stock acid?
It was sulfuric acid.
Sulfuric acid.
Yeah,
That's very strong.
correct. Okay. And it was like 98% sulfuric acid, so it's pure. If you have a solution with only like 1% sulfuric acid, it's not going to have the same effect.
Okay.
Okay, we have appetizer. You know that one?
Appetizer like kimchi, side dish.
Yeah, it's supposed to be served before the main course.
Okay, before the main course. So that normally an appetizer is the main purpose of having the appetizer is to keep us
Satiated.
what is it?
Satiated.
Yeah, I don't know the word. Can you spell that for me? Satiated. To pump. It's satiated. So that we can eat more. To heighten up our eating desire.
Yeah, well, actually, satiated means to temporarily stop hunger. But yeah, an appetizer is supposed to make you even more hungry or something, but that's not really how it works. An appetizer to whet the appetite
To.
WHET, wet. It means like to stoke, to increase. Literally, it means to sharpen.
To sharpen.
So to wet, a whetstone is a WHET stone, is a stone that's used to sharpen knives. If you've ever seen the guys that sharpen knives, they use a stone and they go ch, ch, ch.
Yes.
So you can think about your appetite as a knife, and by wetting it, you're sharpening your appetite.
Oh, okay.
But
Like tom yum soup is also a.
right, that's a Thai appetizer.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Usually in French cooking a salad,
Uh-huh.
you have your salad, that's an appetizer, soup or salad. It's common in France.
How about mushroom soup?
Yeah, any kind of soup
Any kind of soup. Okay.
can be considered part of the appetizer. Then we have entree, you know that one, I think.
What is entree?
Really? Okay. Entree is the main course. Like the meat, the pasta, pizza,
Just the-
whatever the main filling course is.
Could you
So you
spell?
have appetizer, entree, dessert.
Could you spell that for me? Let me see.
It's here. It's in the worksheet.
Oh, an entree. Oh, this is entree.
Yeah.
I thought this is entry. But how about can we say entrance or entrance?
Entrance.
Entrance. This is
Mhm.
entree, just like ENCORE is not encore, right? That one is encore.
Encore. Yeah. It's from French. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Encore. Encore. It means again, again.
Encore, is it a French word?
Probably.
Okay. This is
Any word that's pronounced like that with any word where the E is pronounced like oh is a French word.
on. Okay.
Yeah, French.
Okay.
Literally again. Yeah, I was right. It means again, again. Encore, encore.
Oh, okay.
It literally means still again. Encore. Yeah. So anytime you see entree, and actually entrance, I believe, is also a French word. It's just the French word is like entree, like comes from the word. It's where the English word to enter comes from.
Enter. I see.
Comes
Means
from the
also-
French word entree, which entree means entrance or the opening.
So we have side dish and main dish.
Right. And I think the meaning somewhere in history was changed because if you think about it, an entree should be an appetizer because the word itself means like the entrance.
To enter.
Right, yeah. So an entree should be, if we follow the logic of the French word, it should mean the first dish. But in yeah, right. But somewhere along the line, some English people got confused and they made it the main dish.
Oh, okay.
Remember that English is a blend of several languages, right? It's
Is
got
Spanish
it's
in a part of the language maker
is what a part of the language maker?
or something like I mean, is Spanish considered a part of the word maker for English too? So
Yeah,
like we have
but
French
it-
and Greek.
Well, so here's the thing. French and Spanish come from Latin. Latin
Spanish.
is the oldest of, it goes, Greek is the oldest, Latin is almost as old. So English has both Greek and Latin roots, but it also borrows some words from French. It also borrows some words from, yeah, you could say it borrows some words from Spanish, but the Spanish that it borrows are much more recent. Words like tacos, right?
Mm-hmm.
You even have
Sometimes.
some African words. Okay is African.
Oh, okay, it's African.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. So they can mix, they can actually derive, I mean, the the English word can actually be derived from different regions, is it?
Yeah, right. It's sort of a mix of different. So Spanish, French, Italian, Portuguese, those are considered, and there's a few more probably that I'm forgetting. Those are all derived from Latin. So they're called Romance languages. Not romance like love, but romance like Roman, Rome, Italy. So they all come from the ancient Latin language.
Ancient Latin language.
Here, these are the Romance languages.
Uh, or
So
RO.
French, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Romanian, they all come from Latin.
Oh, okay. It's
So English has a lot of Latin in it, but it also has a lot of Greek and a lot of German and a lot of something called Anglo. Anglo is like early English. Like you had the Angles, they were a tribe, the Jutes, another tribe, and the Saxons, another tribe. They
mm,
Anglo-Saxon is another term for English. So you have a lot of different stuff. Okay, so
okay.
Portuguese, Spanish, French, Italian, Romanian. Basically, if you can speak Spanish, you're going to understand a lot of Portuguese and a
Oh,
lot of Italian. And some of the languages will even be the same between French and Romanian.
mm,
Okay. So the house specialty, you know this one?
the house specialty? No,
Mhm.
the dish a restaurant specializes in. Their
Right.
chef is from Japan, so the house specialty is
Ahi tuna,
ahi tuna. I see.
right? A type of tuna.
Okay.
Okay. They might just say the special instead of house specialty.
Is
Some
it
restaurants will just call it the special.
house specialty? Is it something like the signature dish?
Yeah. No, no, yeah, but it can also mean, yeah, basically the signature dish. But some restaurants will have a special dish each day, which is like at a special price too.
Okay. At a special price, what is that?
They have the special. So the waiter might say, today's special is seared ahi tuna.
Today's special.
So they
It,
might have a daily special.
what is seared?
It means cooked only on the outside. They use a high heat and they cook only the outside bit, leaving the inside raw.
Oh, me outside it's cooked and
Yeah,
the inside it's still raw.
yeah, like this.
Just like the salmon, can I say like,
Yeah,
oh,
like that. This is what seared ahi tuna looks like. See how the inside is raw, but the outside is very, you have to have a very, very hot pan. And then you leave the inside raw.
but is it edible? Would
Is
it
it
have
what?
like parasites?
I'm not sure. I've eaten it before. I survived.
Oh, okay.
I've had it at Japanese restaurants.
Uh, what is caviar?
Caviar, it's fish eggs.
Fish.
Specifically, caviar is usually, when you use it in popular language, it's talking about sturgeon eggs, the
Huh?
eggs of a fish called the sturgeon.
Stir.
This is a sturgeon. It's a huge egg or a huge fish.
Why are they so expensive?
They're rare,
Oh,
hard to
sturgeon.
get.
Oh, okay. Are they considered as endangered fish?
I don't know. But this is what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Those are actually, it's like fish eggs that are treated with salt.
Or could you like reproduce more sturgeons with
Yeah,
the
you could farm them.
oh we
Yeah, they farm caviar. They have like wild caviar and farmed caviar. I think farmed caviar is cheaper.
oh okay.
See, this is a fish that they've caught and it's full of eggs.
Oh, okay. So is there any difference between the texture and the taste of the
I
caviar?
don't know. I've never tasted caviar.
And earn more money to taste it.
Yeah.
I've never eaten one too.
Yeah, it's quite expensive. Okay. To be out of this world. You know that one?
To be out of this world. Oh no, this is the first time. Normally, oh, it's so tasty, it's so nice.
Right. Yeah. Some people also say to die for. Like their chocolate cake is to die for. Like it's so good that it's worth dying for.
Wait a moment. This chocolate cake is out of the world.
Out of this world.
It's out of this world. Or
Right.
this chocolate cake is something that I die for.
You say to die for. Their chocolate cake is to die for.
This chocolate cake is
Have you been to their chocolate cake is to die for?
have
It
you been
means-
to Barrel's
means-
Factory?
Right. Chocolate cake is really good.
The chocolate cake is to die for. The chocolate cake is out of this world. This chocolate cake is to die for.
Mhm. Similar meanings.
But I can also say that if let's say I really want, I am craving for this chocolate cake, I can also say that I'm dying for this chocolate cake. Can I say I'm dying to eat?
Yeah, you would say use the verb. So I'm dying to eat their chocolate cake.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, you could use that.
I'm dying to eat their chocolate cake. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
And to be mouth-watering.
To me, mouth-watering. This chocolate cake is very mouth-watering. Mouth-watering.
Sure. Yeah, that could work. It just means to
Or
make,
I am mouth-watering.
no. You would say my mouth is watering.
My
But
mouth.
that's like, that's when you say my mouth is watering, it's usually literal, meaning your mouth is actually producing saliva. Like when you're hungry and you think about food, sometimes your mouth will start to produce water. It's actually saliva. But mouth watering is an adjective.
Okay. Understood.
That smells mouth watering.
Is there any
Or-
difference between like mouth-watering and drooling?
No, not literally. But you wouldn't use drooling as an adjective. Well, not in this case.
But drooling is
You would use drooling as a negative adjective and you wouldn't use it to talk about food. If someone's drooling, it means the water's coming out of their mouth. So you'd say he was drooling over her, meaning like he was like looking at her in a not good way, in a lewd way.
lewd.
Lewd. It means like sexually inappropriate.
Leud.
Lewd. Lewd.
Lewd way.
Yeah.
So
To drool over someone is to leer at them.
Weird. What is weird?
Leer is to look at. Leer. Okay, here, let me write this out. Is to leer at them, or to look at them in a lewd way.
Okay.
We have some examples here. Here, leering, or to look
Man. Okay.
here. It's like to look, see his expression, it's not appropriate.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Yeah. Like that. Okay. That would be drooling over someone, etc.
Okay.
Like, oh my God, did you see what he was doing? Yeah, he was totally drooling over her. Okay. To start. So this is what the waiter will say to you at the beginning.
To start,
Like,
you want
it means, yeah, go ahead.
do you want to share the nachos to start?
Not nachos,
Nachos.
Spanish.
Oh, okay. Nachos.
Nachos. You know nachos?
Is it something like a chip?
Yeah.
Crispy chip. Nachos. To start, and then to wash something down, to drink something, drink something to help you swallow food.
Mhm.
The lot while still eating. I need another beer to wash down all the hamburgers I had. Okay. To help you swallow food.
Right.
Wash the burger down. Wash
Yeah. I
down.
need another beer to wash down all the hamburgers I ate. You can use it in like a more literal sense, like he washed the medicine down with water. Or you could use it in more of a figurative way, like, or in a joking way, like talking about someone who drank too much. You could say, yeah, he ate 2 burgers and then he washed it down with a pint of vodka, talking about someone who's like a glutton and also an alcoholic.
Oh, okay. What is glutton? Glutton means someone who eats a lot.
Right.
Okay.
To be tasty, you know that already. I don't know why that's on here. Okay, one's eyes are bigger than one's stomach.
Oh, like when we go to have buffet, so we tend to be, our eyes tend to be bigger than our stomach.
Right. It means that they are ordering more food than they can possibly eat.
Yeah. Like they can take whatever they want and then they put it on the table. They just like, especially like for buffet, like I would say a lot of Chinese, they never think they think that, oh, since I'm paying for the buffet, so they will just like take everything without minding that they can finish it or not.
Right, something like that.
Yeah, when I went to China, so like we had a buffet in the Chinese restaurant, and then the Chinese were like flocking into the, what is the place? Is it like the food section?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they
It's
just
just called the buffet.
buffet.
Yeah, flocking to the buffet.
Yeah, they were like a group of aunties,
Mhm.
or a group of like Chinese aunties. They just walk in, and then the noises are like very loud, and then they would just
Mhm.
like in Mandarin they say, oh, take more, it's free, take
Mhm.
more. So
It's
yeah,
funny.
correct.
Yeah, some buffet restaurants will have a rule where you get fined, like the ones in Thailand. There's one, it's like 100 baht for every order that you don't finish. So like
Oh.
if you have a plate and you didn't finish it, then it's 100 baht. So the idea is to try to force people to not order more than they can eat.
Oh, yeah. There's all the nice food. They just took all the nice food and then we have to wait for another
Right. And
another
it
round.
can hurt the restaurant too.
Yeah, and some they are like hiding food. Like before they leave, they would just take it
Yeah.
around and then they will like even some Chinese in Malaysia, like if let's say they have like the catering service, and then like before they leave, they will also like prepare a few plastic bags.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. And then they will just say that, oh, since it's catering service is going to be free, I'm going to take some of them and then to prepare for the next meal, like tomorrow morning. So
Yeah.
it's
It's miserly or cheap.
yeah, very common here in for the Chinese here in Malaysia. But some I would say most the older generation will do that. But younger generation now we do seldom do that.
Right. It's more of a manners thing or a shame thing. Like people will look at you and judge.
Oh, it's a shame. Oh, okay.
Right. Well, I mean, you obviously think it's people look silly when they do that, right? So obviously younger people are going to look at the older aunties that are stealing or not stealing, but just smuggling food away and that sort of thing and be like, you know. So to
Smuggling
skip
food.
a meal, I don't know why this is on here.
What is smuggling of food?
Smuggling food is like putting it into your purse. Like people who go to restaurants and then they take the food that they can't fit. Like just like you would smuggle anything out, like smuggling out food. Like if it's a buffet, you're not supposed to take any food home with you. That's usually the rule of a buffet, right? Because if you could take food home with you, you could just rob the restaurant basically, since it's all you can eat. You could just go in, take food, and then put it into your bag, right?
Oh yeah. I still remember when I was young, my mom told me to smuggle like 2 eggs from the buffet. And
It's
then
funny.
she just pushed everything to me like if I have because she would let me take all the blame. My mom
Right. Yeah,
because
well, the
she
kid's
will
not
not
gonna get
be.
in trouble, right?
Then when I got older, I'm not going to listen anymore. When I learned about manners.
It's funny. This ties into what we were talking about, a doggy bag.
The bag that leftovers from a restaurant meal are put in so you can take the food home with you. I couldn't finish my meal, so I took it home in a doggy bag.
Yeah,
Also, you can actually ask a waiter to like
for a doggy bag. Yeah.
yeah, put it in my doggy bag.
Just ask for a doggy bag, but I
But they won't
I
serve.
would say in America people don't say doggy bag. They say like, could you wrap this up for me?
Oh, could you
Could you
wrap
wrap these up for me?
is doggy bag a discriminative word?
No,
Because it
not
sounds
really.
not so good. Like
Yeah, I agree. That's why I don't think it's commonly used that much anymore. I've only heard it used by English speakers in Asia, like non-native English speakers, but maybe it's a British thing. It could
oh,
be
yeah.
just because I grew up in America, but
Oh,
I hadn't heard it until I came to Thailand.
oh, you mean doggy bag?
Yeah, I never heard. I heard about a doggy bag, but in America, a doggy bag is a bag that people like literally use to feed their dogs or to clean up their dog's poop. It's like a dog. It's a bag that has something to do with the dog.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Here. These are doggy bags for poop.
Oh, I've
It's
never
like you
seen
walk around, when you're walking your dog, you carry this thing. And then when your dog poops, you use the bag to pick up the poop and then you can throw it away.
Oh, this is the first time I've ever seen. How? Oh,
Wow.
that's expensive.
Well, you get a lot of them. It's only 2 cents per. So it's actually pretty cheap.
Oh, okay.
That's for 900 bags.
Oh,
This-
900 bags. I thought
yeah.
it's like one.
No,
And
no, no.
and keep reusing it.
It's considered bad manners to not pick up your dog's poop.
Oh, okay.
Okay, leftovers.
Food from a previous meal that you eat later. We are
Mhm.
having leftovers for dinner tonight.
Right. And then we have a short dialogue activity, but I don't think we have time for the full thing.
Mm-mm.
But we can start it. All right, I'll be Mike, and why don't you be Sean?
Okay.
Thanks for inviting me out today. I was feeling kind of sad. There's nothing better than grabbing a bite to eat with a good friend to make you feel better.
No problem. It's for your birthday, so it's on me.
Oh, I thought no one remembered, but you don't have to treat me. We can go Dutch. Don't feel you have to cover my half just because it's my birthday.
Oh, cover my half, not necessarily that you owe somebody
Right.
money, right?
Mhm.
And don't feel you have to. Okay, so forget about it. I've got it covered. Order whatever your heart desires.
Great, because I'm starving. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. It's time to pig out. Do you know what you're going to have?
I'm going to have the shrimp cocktail for an appetizer and a medium rare steak for my entree. It's the house specialty, and I hear it's out of this world.
Good. I guess we'll stop there for today. By the way, a shrimp cocktail is actually it's cold, it's cooked shrimp that are then chilled in the refrigerator and then served with like a type of red sauce. So
Oh, you use the raw
they're
shrimp?
cooked. No, they cook them and then they chill them on ice. Here, this is shrimp cocktail.
Oh, okay.
It comes from the name because they're sometimes served in a cocktail glass.
We drink it or we dip our
No,
fruit?
no, no. You like dip them in the sauce and then eat them.
Oh, I thought you drink it.
No, it would be disgusting.
Because cocktail, I thought.
Right, it's a drink, but it comes from the glass that they used to be served in. They still sometimes are, but that's a shrimp cocktail.
I see.
You can see how it looks like a drink.
Like for the upcoming class, right, that you are going to take over in March.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just want to like hear your thought, like what are you going to prepare? Because yeah, I just want to
I have
get
a ton of materials for that age group since it's what that's my primary, all my normal students, like my Thai students that I teach publicly, they're all in that age category. So I
Oh.
have a lot of materials.
Would you like consider like let them listen to songs and then like design a worksheet or whatever? So like yesterday,
I've never done that before.
so yesterday I got what is it? I had a lesson with one of my students. We actually listened to a song regarding diseases, like I have bruises or whatsoever.
Mhm.
So because they are trying to like learn, I mean, most of the parents, they would want their kids to learn uh conversational English, like how to express themselves more. It's they don't really like
Yeah, I know. I have an understanding of what the parents want from younger students.
Yeah, they just
That's
want them
my
to.
main category of students,
Oh,
or
okay.
it used to be anyway.
So
But
usually you
send
will,
me an example of your lesson with, I think I have one of your song
huh?
lessons. You sent me one of your song lessons a while ago, but if you want to show me an example of one of those lessons, I'll see if it's something that I could work with or not.
Oh, sure. Because yeah, I just want to like push the try to push more. I mean, but yeah, you have not started it yet. So perhaps I can use your video um as a promotive material or what?
Promotional material.
Promotional. Oh, okay. Yeah.
What video you want? Like one of my older ones?
Yeah. Do you have like the list? My list like March 2022. I posted it on in the group chat. Did you
If you posted it, then I have it. But I have a lesson at 12:30, so
Oh, okay, no
I
problem.
have to be at school for that.
Oh, okay, no.
So let's discuss this over WhatsApp.
Okay, I'll send you the video and then
All right, send me that. It sounds like something I could work with.
yeah. Thanks so much for today's class. See
Yeah, no problem. See you.
you.
Bye-bye.